Episode 4 of The Buccaneers. Season 2 is a roller coaster of emotions and a turning point that reshapes the story in ways both beautiful and heartbreaking. From the very beginning, the episode sets a heavier tone, with each of the main characters grappling with choices that could redefine their futures. At the center of it all is Nan, whose emotional journey reaches new depths. Torn between her loyalty to Theo and the undeniable pull she feels toward Guy, Nan's internal conflict is palpable and painful. The tension between love and obligation, between freedom and expectation, is at the heart of her storyline, and it's portrayed with raw vulnerability and nuance. This episode finally allows the simmering emotions between Nan and Guy to surface in a way that feels both inevitable and tragic. Their stolen moments are beautifully written, filled with longing and restraint, but also with the sadness of knowing that happiness might come at the cost of betrayal. Theo, meanwhile, remains a figure of both stability and repression. His inability or unwillingness to understand Nan's true desires makes him an increasingly tragic character himself. You begin to wonder whether he's blind to her unhappiness or simply refusing to see it. Conchita's arc takes an even darker turn in this episode. What started as playful defiance has now become a full-blown fight for survival within her toxic marriage. Her husband's coldness has transformed into something far more sinister, and Conchita is forced to consider choices no woman should ever have to face alone. One scene in particular, where she silently stares at her reflection, bruised emotionally and physically, is haunting. She's no longer just the comic relief or the party girl. She's a woman on the edge, and her transformation is one of the most powerful in the show. Elsewhere, Lizzie continues to rebel against the rigid society that keeps her from expressing her true self. Her storyline is handled with grace and empathy, especially in a scene where she shares a quiet but profound conversation with a character we didn't expect to become her confidant. It's a moment of real connection in a world where so much is built on appearances and performance. Lizzie is growing bolder, and we can feel that something big is coming for her too. Then there's Mabel, the quiet observer who often gets overlooked. Yet in this episode, she becomes the voice of reason. Her perspective grounds the chaos around her. She sees what others miss, speaks when others stay silent, and her words cut through the noise like truth through silk. But the true bombshell of the episode comes in the final act. Without spoiling too much, a revelation surfaces that recontextualizes everything we've seen so far. From the intentions behind certain romantic choices to the manipulation happening behind closed doors. It's a moment that makes you sit up and rewatch past scenes in your mind, connecting dots you didn't know existed. This twist is not just for shock value, it deepens the emotional stakes and sets the stage for a far more dangerous and compelling second half of the season. Stylistically, the episode is gorgeous. The costuming continues to be breathtaking, blending period-accurate fashion with just enough modern flair to feel relatable. The set design, particularly during a lavish ballroom scene, is sumptuous, yet there's a coldness underneath it all, a visual reminder that wealth doesn't equal happiness. The music is once again perfectly selected, often using modern lyrics subtly hidden in orchestral arrangements to echo the character's inner turmoil. What makes this episode truly stand out, though, is how it strips away the fantasy of privilege and shows the cost of societal expectation. Each character is slowly being unraveled, forced to decide whether they will live for others or finally, defiantly, live for themselves. Episode 4 is not just a midpoint, it's a pivot where the glamour of their world begins to crack, revealing the pain, the power, and the possibility that lies underneath. In short, this is the Buccaneers at its best, emotionally rich, narratively bold, and visually stunning. Episode 4 demands your attention and rewards it with unforgettable performances, devastating reveals, and a promise that the storm is only just beginning.